It's Tuesday, the 21st of July, zipping through this month of 2026. Sunshine today, a high of 95, so it's going to be a little on the warm side. Humidity up there as well. Nice again tomorrow, 96. Thursday, partly cloudy, 50% chance of an afternoon shower and a high of 88. And again, tomorrow, a little bit of a chance of rain as well. We welcome you into Dixon and Vining at Talk 99.5, talk995.com. Download our app. That way you can take us along wherever you go and be able to hear us wherever you're at. It's free. It's got our podcast on it. You can call or text us from it at 545-9950. Listen to us or watch us on YouTube. And speaking of YouTube, you can go there to Real Talk 995 TV, Real Talk 995 TV, and check out all of our shows throughout the day on YouTube. So welcome in this morning. All eyes, of course, watching what's going on down in the Gulf of America, because we now have Tropical Storm Bertha. It's going to make a mess of anybody going to the beach over the next 3 to 5 days. It's going to be very ugly just off the coast of Panama City Beach is where this thing is beginning to develop. So hate it for beachgoers, vacationers. I know, you get that 1 week in the summer with your family to go enjoy it, and this may be messing things up for you.
Yeah, I think I speak for everyone when I say, sucks to be you. But am I not speaking for everybody?
No, I think you're speaking for you.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It sucks to be you.
It does suck to be you if you're going to the beach.
Yeah, and meteorologists are saying, hey, out of the water, the rip currents are going to be incredibly bad. I'm sure double red flags will be flying down there, so you won't be getting in the water, unfortunately.
Everybody get out
get
of
out.
the water now.
Get out.
There's a bomb in there.
There's no bomb. But very unsafe.
I'm just trying to get them out. I mean, you say whatever you have to get them to get out of the water. There's a bomb in there.
That'll take care of it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Have you heard about this Auburn student who's going to be in Vogue magazine?
How about that? Congratulations.
20 years old.
That's a big deal.
Chelsea Banks. She's from Trussville and featured in Vogue after being selected as an American Style ex-Vogue finalist, showcasing her love for fashion and her journey from small-town roots to national recognition. I'm fascinated by people who are style mavens, people who are able to, draw a design, create a piece of clothing essentially out of whole cloth, know what's going to look good on people, how it's, that's a gift that I just do not have and will never have. You can tell by the way I dress, obviously I'm a fashion plate, but still.
Well, all our lives we've been on radio, so it didn't matter, Richard.
That's true. And now suddenly, hello,
Surprise!
YouTube audience. Hello, YouTube audience. We love you.
They don't care how we dress.
They really don't.
No.
They probably don't anyway. They shouldn't, that's for sure.
Don't.
But do you believe that a man stops changing his style of dress? It ties in with the year of his, the best music year, his favorite music?
I've seen
that. 1978. I think I'm kind of trapped in 1978.
Are you? No, I see you change it up a little bit.
Not that much.
You don't have the big wide collar and the polyester jacket.
No, but, wearing these Cabana shirts.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
They're comfy?
They're very comfy.
Aren't you comfy?
Yes.
Do you like them?
I love them.
Well, then the heck with everybody else.
That's what I say.
Right.
Yeah.
That's where we are in life.
Sure.
Wear what you want. Wear what's comfortable.
That's right.
And if you like it, then you wear it.
Doesn't matter if you never get another date in your life, Richard. It's of no consequence.
Don't worry about that.
You just go ahead, dress like a slob.
If she's looking at you for the way that you're dressed in your Cabana shirt
and you don't
doesn't
want
like
her,
it, that's exactly right, sir.
There you go.
You stick to that.
Now you're talking.
No matter how beautiful she is.
I feel all pumped
You'd be
up.
like, she didn't like my shirt. The heck with her.
Right. I don't need to deal with that kind of negativity in my life.
You sure don't. You'll be like, wait. I can change my shirt.
I can change my shirt.
I'll get another shirt.
I don't even like this shirt. I've never liked this shirt. Now that you mention it.
But you know what? Amazon could be your friend.
Amazon is okay.
Yeah. You'd be shocked at what you can find there.
I try not to buy clothing on Amazon because, I need to be able to fit. I've mentioned
you need to
this
touch
before.
it, feel it.
The weird body that I have was a very long torso and short little corgi legs.
You can order long.
Yeah, I can.
Long shirts.
Yeah, and I do.
Yeah.
I frequently, sometimes I'll have to get an XL because my shoulders are very broad. But, overall, what you'd really like is an L because it would fit better but it doesn't
then
fit
it's
in the
too short,
shoulders, and then
right.
and then it's too short, and you're kind of packed up, and so end up with an XL. I just need to get a custom tailor. That's what I need. I need
Sure
to
you
go
do.
get somebody to custom make
That'll
all
be
of my
pricey.
clothing.
All right, Mr. First Class. Man, that's going to set you back some.
I ain't doing that.
Mm-mm.
I am not doing that. We used to talk about this with Ani Lindenberg because she started doing the Amazon dress thing for work.
Well, yeah, because,
Yeah.
everybody was judging how she was dressed.
Well, I mean,
and she was like, okay, well, I've got to have this kind of dress, and I can find them for less money
Right.
on Amazon, and I can buy 10 of them all in this different colors.
Exactly.
Same dress, different colors.
Exactly.
And I was like, you do it,
it's,
Ani.
That they were not, and I'm not casting aspersions on here, believe me. They were not what one would call top quality products. Because you can get away, you can do a painted piece of, look at all the backdrops on TV. Oh, look, there's a window of downtown Birmingham. No, it's not. It's a picture.
Mm-hmm.
But it's beautiful, and it looks exactly like, they're sitting in front of a window, and downtown Birmingham's back there. So you can put on a very cheap dress or shirt, and it looks good on camera, which is all you really
That's
care
all
about
you're
is does
going
it look
for.
good on camera? Can you
Right.
make that work? In real life, when you're going out to meet the ladies, you have to actually have a decent, set of clothing. Otherwise, they look at you and go like, 62 in jeans, Richard, really?
What's wrong
Yeah.
with that? You wear 60. You're going to wear jeans when you're 90.
I'll be dead.
No.
I will die in jeans.
All right. You're right.
Yeah.
It's like Wilson wears shorts year round. I'm like, Wilson, you wear shorts as long as you want to wear
That's
shorts.
exactly right.
I mean, I'm all
mister.
about that. Comfort.
So you don't judge him?
No,
Based on-
I don't.
okay.
I
Well,
mean,
I'm
it
just
could be
checking.
20 degrees out.
I
Wilson's
do,
got his
but
shorts on.
silently.
I mean, it's like all the jocks people. They come in during the dead of winter in mid-January wearing shorts and hoodies.
Yeah.
Who are these people? Who are
These
these
people.
I mean, I know a guy that runs a screen business. I don't think he owns a pair of long pants. I've never seen him in one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he just
Well,
wears
Wilson
shorts
said that.
year-round.
He said, I have a pair of pants that I wear to funerals
Mhm.
and weddings.
Okay.
And I think it's the same pair of pants.
Hmm.
He says he doesn't. He just never puts on.
He
wants to
and
wear shorts.
John Fetterman.
Hmm.
Uh,
I don't know though. The Fetterman thing still bothers me.
yeah.
There's a certain decorum. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Well, he
I
does
mean, unless you're in a job where it doesn't matter that much,
like this one.
be comfortable. But I think Fetterman. I mean, you're representing, and I don't know.
He
I
does
just- it's
dress
so-
nice for the Senate.
Yeah.
I mean, he has to wear certain clothing to be in the
but
Senate.
because they force him to.
But the rest of the time, he's
Yeah, and I just think that you're doing an interview or something as a representative, you really should, maybe
I
dress a
don't know.
little nicer.
He's got his look. He does his thing.
Okay.
As long as he's on the side of Israel, I don't care. He's doing fine.
He's one of the few
And he
Democrats.
is, by the way, and we were talking about this earlier off the air. We're starting to finally see some Democrat Party pushback on this DSA thing, Democrat Socialists of America. We're beginning to see some pushback. The Democratic Party some are beginning to stand up and say, whoa, 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 whoa. This is not who we are, and we're not going to buy into this. Now, Elizabeth Warren and Chuck Schumer and what's his name? Bernie Sanders. Hey, I love it. I love the DSA. They're
Hey,
fantastic.
boo-boo.
This is the. I was thinking more like the anteater from
Okay,
the ant
maybe
and the
so,
anteater.
yes.
You got a little bit of that thing going for him. Hey. Every time I see Bernie
Your
Sanders,
face was great.
I'm just like, is Bernie combing his hair with a balloon
Do you
before
know-
he goes on camera? What is going on with that?
I really do believe that where the Democratic Party is they let these socialists in, not thinking that
Right.
not a big deal.
Trojan horse?
Now they've realized that they have let them in, and they are going to eat them.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to eat them alive.
Yeah.
Unless they begin to push back and say, right, this is not what the Democratic Party was about. Because it's obvious what their play in all of this is. Oh, you let us in. You
Now
let
we're
us
gonna
in the
take over.
club.
Yeah.
Now we're going to bash you.
Now
we're going to eliminate you.
We're going to take
We're
over.
going to crush you.
Watch and see.
And then if we do that, the next thing they want to do is crush what America is.
Absolutely.
From the no Supreme Court justices, no police, let everybody out of jail, open borders. That's not America. I don't know what you think that you're going to be left with, but it ain't going to be America.
We'll dig a little deeper into this after
Sheesh.
we get through our three things. Flipsy's Furniture, 1811 Crestwood Boulevard in beautiful Irondale. They have got a type and style of furniture for pretty much any of your living conditions. You know, Irondale is full of great old historic homes, as is downtown Birmingham and other various and sundry locations. There are a lot of places that were built in the 90s as well, and places that were built in the 60s, and ranch houses, whatever. And you need a different style of furniture for each one of these. And Flipsies has exactly that. You'll find something that fits your decor perfectly at that location. Now, if you go to Hoover, the Hoover location is a little more Hoover-centric. It's built and designed to serve the people of Hoover. You'll know what I mean as soon as you walk through the door. So they're at Highway 31 in Hoover, next to 2nd and Charles, across from the Galleria. The other one, of course, 1811 Crestwood Boulevard, 28,000 square feet. More in the basement. You're going to want to see what's down there. Trust me on this. Plus, they got 12 months, same as cash. The fabulous white glove delivery for a little bit more money. And man, oh man, you can't go wrong with Flipsies. You got to find out more at flipsiesfurniture.com. Go check them out, flipsiesfurniture.com. Ricky Skaggs, one of the finest pickers in the business. He slips the Warner Brothers cartoon theme in the middle of this song, which is pretty funny. 8:20, Dixon and Vining, Talk 99.5, talk995.com.
Yep. Listen, folks, I know from time to time you have things that happen around your house, and you may have a list of people that you go to when something happens. But I'll tell you, a lot of people don't have somebody that knows and is an expert in the field of gutters. Yes. Can your person that you know repair fascia and soffits and rotten rafter tails and put up new gutters and clean gutters and do all the things that go along with that? Well, I've got somebody that's absolutely fantastic at what he does. His name is Daniel, and he's over at Noble Contractors, noblecontractorsala.com. He's a local guy, a veteran of the military, and let me tell you, he has no problem with coming out to give you a free estimate. It's as simple as a phone call to Daniel today, 205-422-3034. Store the number in your phone. You just never know. 422-3034. Daniel just does a fantastic job, and he has said this over and over, and I've seen it myself. Where people get an estimate, go ahead and get him. There's some big national companies out there that would love to have a lot more of your money that really isn't necessary. Some of the prices that you will see from national companies, you just make your eyes bulge. But the free estimate from Daniel compared to the big national companies will be a lot less. Just check it out. Give him an opportunity to come out to give you that free estimate. If you need a whole new gutter system with the gutter covers, he can take care of you when it comes to that. If you need repairs to your gutters, maybe currently you didn't purchase your gutters from him, but you need a repair done, he can come out and help you. 422-3034. And here's the other thing, folks. He's got financing available, 0% for 21 months. Take advantage of that. Ask him about it. And you will not regret using Noble Contractors when you need gutters, gutter repair, gutter cleaning. NobleContractorsALA.com or 422-3034.
And now, it's Dixon and Vining's top 3 things you need to know.
Well, conservatives in the Senate are talking about tying President Trump's election integrity agenda to a government funding bill, which could determine with Democrats whether Congress avoids a shutdown before the funding deadline, and that will be September 30th. Mm-hmm. If you all will remember in Trump's speech to the nation last week, he expressed the importance of passing the Save America Act. This is important, and it should be to every American in this country. We need stronger election safeguards. This would require proof of U.S. citizenship to register to vote in federal elections and would require voters to have an ID. I don't think those two things are too much to ask. And I don't know about you, but I want a secure election. I do not want illegals voting in our elections. They are not U.S. citizens. And we've got to have that. And why this is so difficult for the left to understand that we need this. It's not just a Republican issue. It should be an American issue. If you're a Democrat, you should want a secure election too.
There isn't any voter fraud, Valerie. There isn't any voter fraud.
Oh, good Lord.
In fact, we know there's no voter fraud, so there's no need to look for it. We're not even going to bother investigating because we know there isn't any.
If we could really investigate and if we could pull the curtain back and really see what's going on, I think many Americans would just be absolutely disgusted by it.
What little we have pulled the curtain back has been shocking. Absolutely shocking. I mean, you look at the ballot harvesting operations that they had in Wisconsin. You look at what they were doing up in Michigan as they were registering Mickey Mouse to vote. All kinds of stuff. That once you get that voter registration in, that guy gets a ballot. That non-existent person gets a ballot, and then you get to vote on that ballot for that non-existent person. And you can do that as many times as you want with as many of those ballots as you can find. All of this is horrible. This is why I said one of the biggest problems in 2020 is that there wasn't a single county in Michigan where the number of voters who supposedly voted and the number of ballots in that county matched up. Yeah. Not one single one. That's a problem.
It's a huge problem.
250,000 more ballots in Pennsylvania than there were voters. How is that possible? I mean, either you're really slipshod when you're doing this or there's a lot of fraud. 250,000 votes worth of fraud. That's crazy.
It is crazy. We've got to do something about it. And if you believe that our elections are secure, well, I don't know what kind of juice you're drinking, but there's something bad wrong there because they're not secure. And we need to do a better job so that they are secure for both sides. It's not just, the Republicans are banging the table that we want the Save America Act to keep anybody from voting. We want everybody that's a legal citizen to be able to vote and to show ID that you are the person that's actually casting that ballot. That's not difficult to understand. And I still don't, I cannot believe that we're still talking about this, but we know the reason why.
Yeah.
Because it's worked so well for the cheaters in the world.
Cheaters.
Let's move on. I'm getting fired up about it.
Clearly.
A man that started a fire outside a federal building in New York City yesterday has been arrested. This guy, way off his rocker, 43-year-old Andrew Arabica.
My favorite kind of coffee bean.
I know.
by the
I
way.
like Arabica, too.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what it is. He went to 26 Federal Plaza, poured gasoline, and we think it's gasoline, outside the building, lit it on fire, and then shot a pellet gun and then went running down the road. I don't know if you saw the video, but he's got these pants on that are so big and baggy, he probably couldn't run 10 yards without falling because the pants were so big. Anyways, he was easy to tackle. Law enforcement was able to get him. Congratulations. Well done, law enforcement there. Investigators say that he made anti-government and anti-ICE statements. One person was injured in this incident, but they're expected to be okay. He was wearing a military-style helmet, hauling a cart with a sign that was anti-ICE. He was also in possession of 2 axes, 3 knives, a hammer, and a machete, plus 2 pellet guns, and a manifesto that talked all about what he wanted to do. He served in the Army from 01 to 07 and repaired Patriot missile systems. So we go from repairing Patriot missile systems to throwing some liquid on the middle of the street in New York City in front of a federal building and setting it on fire. What the heck is going on with you?
Many people thought he was trying to attempt suicide by cop. But police didn't feel the need to shoot him. They just chased him down and
just
grabbed
tackled him.
But, when he had the pellet gun, that's the sort of thing that you carry around with you when you want to be shot by the cops.
Yeah, because police don't have time to
Yeah.
try to discern what kind of weapon that you have. Finally, this tropical storm Bertha has formed in the Gulf of America and now moving west-northwest at about 3 miles per hour. If you have radar or the ability to look at it, you can already see that Bertha has grown pretty substantially off the coast of Panama City. It will develop over the day today. Looks like winds expected 50 miles per hour plus off the coast of Alabama. Wednesday, 1 o'clock into New Orleans, and then Friday morning winds begin to decrease as it gets into Texas. Again, not going to develop into a hurricane, but they are already saying stay out of the water. If you have plans to be at the beach, this is nothing to play with. The surf will be huge. Rip currents will be a huge factor in this as well. Not only the storm surge, squalls, wind and rain, all of this a big issue with a storm, and it's going to affect, again, Panama City all the way over to Texas. Every coast in its path will have some effect by it, but just please don't go in the water if you have plans to go to the beach or you've got family down there.
I know
Tell
it
them
looks.
to stay out.
You're looking at it. You're going, "Ooh, surf's up."
No, don't do. Because what you do, and there are a lot of areas, you and I have both experienced that, where there are not lifeguards.
Sure.
I mean, there are very few places, maybe in the Gulf Shores area, Orange Beach, and that sort of thing. Fort Morgan, there's 20 miles of beach. There's no lifeguard. It's up to you to do your due diligence, parents, to keep your kids out of the water. Don't make people go in to have to try to rescue them because they're going to end up putting their life on the line to try to do that rescue.
Just saw that recently.
Yeah.
Lots of people died trying to rescue one guy. It was like, what are you doing? This is not helping. Anyway, it's Dixon and Vining on Talk 99.5 and Talk995.com. We'll talk more about the Democratic Socialists attempting to take over the Democratic Party and doing a pretty fine job of it so far, sometimes with the tacit approval of some of the leaders like your Chuck Schumers and
You better bow up, Chuck.
Hakeem Jeffries.
You better bow up,
Yeah.
Hakeem.
It might get a little bit too late for you to actually speak up and say, wait a minute, hold on, I'm not sure we're fans of that, but we'll get to it in due time. 8:30, Dixon and Vining, Talk 99.5. Dixon and Vining, Talk 99.5, Talking 1995.com. We are just 2 short days away from a couple of big auctions taking place in Argo, Alabama. Argo is the next step out, okay? Everybody has been moving out to Trussville and, St. Clair County and whatnot. And now it is, if you're going to go one more exit up 59, you're going to end up in Argo, which is a beautiful place, by the way. I have several friends who live there, visited them, love the place. Argo, Alabama is on fire. It is en fuego, baby. And they have an absolute auction to the highest bidder on a 13,000 square foot building, 65 Angus Street, about 300 feet off US 11, about a minute from exit 148 there on I-59. This is a big old business that's it's a warehouse, production, got big roll-up doors if you need those. It's ideal, actually, to make it multiple dwellers, multiple users on this thing, so you can actually, use it as an income property. You could own it, you could use it, you can do whatever you want to do, however you want to make it work for you. You need to go to gtauctions.com to find out more, because we're just 2 days away from this auction. And if you want to get on board, then you should absolutely find out about the terms and the deals and maybe see if you can take a tour real quick. You can get some photos there on gtauctions.com as well. Same day, by the way, another auction taking place in Argo Margaret Road. It is so close to US 11, lies partially in the town of Argo and partially in unincorporated St. Clair County. This is a real investment property. You can capitalize on the growth factor that the whole area is experiencing, and it is selling to the highest bidder. So gtauctions.com to find out about both of those, or if you have something you'd like to put up for auction, gtauctions.com. Again, these 2 days away now on the 23rd of July, so you don't want to miss out on that. It's 8:38, and, I find this fascinating because it's abundantly clear that not just the Democratic Socialists of America who are pitching this nonsense, abolish the Senate and get rid of the Supreme Court and have the Supreme Court picked by the House members. We don't need a president either. What? We're just going to have a Congress, just a House of Representatives, and they're the ones who are going to make the decisions, and they're going to pick who's going to be on the Supreme Court, and they're going to oversee the Supreme Court. It's like, wait a minute, hold on a second. This is why we have 3 co-equal branches of government, You have the executive branch, the legislative branch, the judicial branch, of course, but the judicial branch is tasked with deciding what is constitutional and what is not constitutional. So they look at laws that are passed, and they look at scenarios, and they say, yeah, this is extra constitutional, or this is within the bounds of the Constitution, however you want to look at it. And they decide what can and cannot take place. The legislative branch, of course, makes the laws, and the executive branch enforces, et cetera, et cetera. You also get executive orders and so on and so forth. But you do away with 2 of those branches, and you have just Congress, and Congress picking the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court being held to the bidding of whatever Congress says, then you really only have 1 branch of government, right?
You sure
Isn't
do.
that safe to say?
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah. And I don't know if these people are like, here's what I know. The first time I heard this concept, it was spouted by a girl who sounded like she was in her teens from one of the DSA Zoom meetings that had taken place. And she was like, okay, so why do we even need the Senate anyway, what's the point of having a Senate? That's crazy. We don't really need them. They're not really good representatives of America, because little states have 2 senators and big states only have 2 senators. So that's not right. And I'm like, oh my God, you took no civics in school at all. You know nothing about any of this, okay? It's bad that we have an entire group of people who are now adults and able to run for office who have completely bought in to this concept of socialism and that it would be great for America. It's worse that we have Democrats in the Democratic Party who aren't democratic socialists who are like, yeah, sure, come on in. We want you to be a part of this as well. You should join our group. You should be a part of this. We love you, because they just want the power, so they're going to try to build as big a tent as they possibly can when they know perfectly well, look, economically, There is no way for socialism to work. It is impossible to make it work on any level at all. This is how you end up like Venezuela, okay? You have removed all incentive for working or working harder, and you have removed any punishment for not working, and you've now created a situation where you're having to tell people, well, you need to work because it's, for the good of society. Yeah, I don't
think so.
Yeah. If I'm not getting any more out of it, why would I work any harder?
It's going to be very government dependent.
Biff over here is not working very hard, and he's getting the same stuff I'm getting, so I'm going to be like
Doesn't
Biff
work.
now.
Just point anywhere that socialism has worked.
Yeah.
Point somewhere where you can show me that it works.
I know people, by the way, love to point out things like Norway and Sweden and Switzerland. They themselves will tell you they are not socialists. They have a very high tax, very high government service government. Oh, and by the way, the only reason it works in those places, no refugees, very little immigration. To get into Sweden, I watched a video of this woman from America who wanted to become a Swedish citizen because her husband was a Swedish citizen. They moved there, and she was trying to become a Swedish citizen. She said the battery of tests that she has had to take, and she's not even done yet, and they are brutal. These tests are brutal. They want to test you on, Swedish history, Sweden's form of government. They really, they grind right down to the bone on this stuff. And by the way, what are you bringing to the party? But if you go to Sweden, you go to Switzerland, you go to Norway, very few people who are not lily white, because they really close their borders off and they say, we're going to be a closed system, we're going to work within this closed system. We have the same democratic socialists of America who are pointing to them and going, see, it works over there, who are saying, open up the border, let everybody in. There's laws and rules and judges in Norway and Sweden and Switzerland and Finland, where other places people like to point to. But these guys are saying, get rid of the police force, get rid of the judges, get rid of prisons. I mean,
we would have total chaos. America would be total chaos with no police, open prisons, open border. I've said it. America ceases to exist.
Because there's always somebody out there who the only reason they're not breaking the law is their fear of getting caught. And
right.
so
and
the
if that's
minute
gone,
you take that away.
Then that's pure mayhem.
We can point to San Francisco, and when they reduced that, they said, it has to be over $900 before we actually begin to pursue theft charges.
Not good.
People walking into Walgreens with the garbage bags and just sweeping entire arms full of stuff in there.
They said that with like the Home Depot or Lowe's. People walking out with an entire saw, not stopping them.
Cart full of stuff.
Oh, it's under $900. Let go.
What? Absolutely insane.
No.
Yeah, no, you can't pull that off.
Yeah, and the Democrats are in a real pickle right now. The Schumers and some of these others, even Bernie Sanders, I'm not sure they know what to do at this point, because they either have to join the club or they got to buck up and push against them and say, no, socialism doesn't work. We can't win this way. The Democratic Party can't win this way. So you either join them or you fight them. And I'm not. And some of them are very confused about what to do right now.
Oh, very much so. But part of the problem is this. They have to have their own ideas, and that's why socialism has made such a great rise here, because as we've said before, you got people who are concerned about affordability. You got people who are concerned about, how they're going to send their kids to school next year and feed them and make sure their house payments or their rent gets paid. And the Democratic Party is offering only stop Trump. Well, that
doesn't work.
Not an idea.
The other thing that they're seeing in many of these rallies where some of these socialists are, and Mamdani and how he got voted, they're young, affluent, white males for the most part that are making this push, and it's like, whoa, what's going on here?
It's really very funny. It's quite hypocritical. Mamdani is a perfect example of somebody who survived on mommy and daddy's money and is now like, well, fight the patriarchy and we can do this. And the dirty little secret that none of these people want to admit to is the way America got big, the way America got great, the way America got rich, the way America got powerful is through a capitalist, free market system and a constitutional republic. Those two things together made us what we are today. I know there are some other slavery. There was slavery. Yes, there was slavery for some years. We did away with that. Guess what? We survived without slaves. We're able to do it. Shocker, I know. We could have done it for a lot longer. You know, we probably should have ended slavery but we should have ended slavery when we put the Constitution in place, in my opinion. We never should have had slavery at all, obviously. But, you know, believe it or not, I wasn't there. I wasn't able to stop them. I would have stopped them single-handedly if I could have. But so, you know, this is how we got to where we are. Capitalism, free market economy, constitutional republic. Now that we're great, now that we're rich, now that we're powerful, your plan is to change all that?
Yeah, to tear it all down.
Huh. Wow.
And that's not American. That's
Well-
not Mamdani. That's not AOC. That's not any. I'm telling you, they keep pushing like this. Democrats, if you believe in the way that this country was built and what we're built on and what it's about, you better fight back. You better start pushing back on these socialists, or you're going to have to join their party. They're going to end up,
Yeah.
you're either going to go into it with these socialists and go, oh, yeah, I'm all about socialism, or they are going to whack you across the knees and you are done. You are out. And
That's
that's
what
where this is going.
We call that pulling a Tanya Harding.
Yeah, it is a Tanya Harding.
You gotta
Kind of
get
forgot about her.
Why me?
That was terrible.
Nancy Kerrigan.
Every time I think about that.
Yeah, boy.
But that's where the Democratic Party is right now. And
Yep.
the socialists are like, ooh, we've opened the door. Here we go. And there is a wave right now that is going across this
Well,
country.
I would suggest to the Chuck Schumers, the Nancy Pelosi's, the
Hakeem
James Carvilles,
Jeffries, yeah.
the Hakeem Jeffries of the world, that they all get together, have a little meeting, and say, we need to come up with some plans that aren't just stop Trump. We need to have an idea that people can latch on to, something that people can actually, and then we can push back against the socialists. But you're pushing back with nothing right now, which is what makes you look weak and stupid. And by the way, socialism is terrible and wrong in every way. As I said, it's not workable under any circumstances. It has never been workable. It's never going to be workable. And anybody who has the most base understanding of economics knows this. You don't have to have a master's degree in economics to see exactly what's going to happen. And pundits on television spell this out with great regularity. The minute you start doing things like freezing rent, like Mamdani has done in New York, now suddenly landlords don't have the money to be able to fix the apartment buildings up the way they want to help get more renters in there. Consequently, they begin losing renters. The place begins to fall apart. The state moves in, the state being in this case Mamdani, and takes over the apartment building and says, now we own your apartment building because you didn't keep it up. You say, well, you made it impossible for me to keep it up. There was nothing I could do. So they take it over. Do they keep it up? Hell no.
No.
It's the government. They don't do
Yeah.
anything well.
Nope. That thing will fall apart. It will further fall apart.
Yeah, that's just one of the factors involved. We won't
Well,
bother
and
diving
again,
into the rest
look
of
at
it,
what's
yeah.
happening now with the homelessness in New York City.
Mm.
Saw it again yesterday. I was like, wow,
It ain't
that is
pretty.
a disaster.
It is.
And that's the leadership of Mamdani. If you like what he's doing in New York, go on and move to New York because that's it's going to end up being one nasty place to go to.
No doubt. I want to talk to you a little bit about GLP-1s. These are, weight loss drugs that are all the rage. Ozempic and Mounjaro and Wegovy, and people are on these things. You might know people who have taken them and have fallen ill. You might know people who have taken them and then stopped and then just blew right back up like a life raft, Look, the Alabama Men's Clinic is serious about this. They're very physician-controlled. This is not the kind of thing where they hand you a bunch of needles and go, good luck, go give yourself the shot and hope for the best. No, they are monitoring on a weekly basis. If you're on their compounded GLP-1, they're very, very serious about making sure that you've got the right semaglutide for you, that you're using it properly, that you're not doing too much or too little, and that you're getting the progress that you want without there being any illness involved and without there being a situation where when you stop, it's just going to all go away. This is who they are. This is what they do. The Alabama Men's Clinic is very serious. And when guys hit a certain age, it gets a little harder to take the weight off. A little help never hurts. And that is where the Alabama Men's Clinic steps in. AlabamaMen'sClinic.com if you'd like to make an appointment, ask about low T, ED, PD, whatever you got. Of course, GLP-1s, peptides, hair loss, you name it. They can do it for you. 598-7000 is their telephone number, 598-7000, or online, AlabamaMen'sClinic.com. 8:55, Dixon and Vining, Talk 99.5, talk995.com. Some of the texts we have received, let's see. Scott sends over a picture of Australian licorice, says, I'm a fan.
All right,
Alrighty
yeah.
Patrick says, you got some of the left who are going to create a real-life purge.
Wow.
You ever see The Purge?
Oh, yeah.
Man, oh, man. I know Valerie hasn't
No,
seen it.
I don't
She
wanna
doesn't
see
like
it.
scary
Nah.
movies. They got like 9 Purge movies now. I've only seen the first one. That was good enough. I kind of feel like
After that, it was all pretty much, yeah.
they're probably
We know the plot.
all the same after that. Let's see. Kyle says, regarding socialism, Lord Acton said it best, socialism means slavery. Maybe. It means being poor, I'll tell you that right now. Richard, tell them that it would be like mandated wearing masks and controlling our jobs. Yes, we've seen that
Be
already,
worse than
haven't
that.
we? Yeah, much worse. Jordan says, socialism is the best 5 days ever for poor people. Here's the thing about socialism, and it's a truism. The people who love socialism, people who want socialism, people who are craving socialism right now are people who are not doing terribly well in life on their own and want to blame somebody else for it.
Well,
You hear
again.
this all the time. Oh, Elon Musk is a trillionaire. That's not right. Well, Elon Musk didn't take any of your money.
Nope, he earned it himself.
Yeah.
He built a business.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, look at those that are voting for the Mamdanis of the world, the AOCs. It's those that don't have, and maybe came from a background of wealth who don't understand this.
Yeah, why?
And-
How come I can't figure out how to make all that money?
Well, this is not the answer.
No.
This is definitely not the answer. And if you think it is, you really need to go back and get back in school and get back in the book and
You're
maybe
looking-
find out a little bit more about capitalism and why socialism doesn't work.
You're just looking for redistribution. That's what you want. You think somebody should go take some of Elon Musk's money and give it to you, but that's not how
It doesn't
socialism
work.
works. Socialism works whereby the people in charge go take Elon Musk's money, they control it, they give you a little bit of it, and then they do with the rest of it what they please. And if Elon Musk is smart, he gets the hell out and goes somewhere else before anybody has the chance to do that. He remains a trillionaire. The country is now poorer for not having a trillionaire among us, and everybody ends up starving. This woman is amazing. She is. It's her world, and we're just living in it. It's a woman in Memphis, Tennessee, who found a man under her daughter's bed. They refer in this story to her child's bedroom. She's in her child's bedroom. A man she found in her child's bedroom. Memphis police responded to the shooting at 1:45 a.m. When police arrived, they found a man lying in the front yard with a gunshot wound to the back of his head. The man was pronounced dead on the scene. The woman, later identified as Kendra Scott, who is 36, was arrested at the scene. According to an affidavit, Scott told police she found the man under her child's bed and said, "I did what I had to do." Police later said the child invited the man into the house. The girl told officers Scott warned her that if she ever brought a boy into the house, Scott would, quote, put a hole in his ass, end quote.
Wow.
Ass, head.
I was going to
Yikes.
say, close. By ass,
Yeah,
you mean
just
head,
missed it.
apparently, yeah.
Need a little more practice.
He
maybe.
already had a hole in that, so she figured she'd put a new one in it. She'd ventilate the brain
Oh, okay.
there. After further investigation, Scott was charged with first-degree murder and with employing a firearm during the commission of a dangerous felony. Scott's arraignment is set for Friday. I'm hoping no jury in the world convicts her. Hold on.
So
Full-grown man.
You got a stranger in the house.
Yeah.
He's hiding under the bed.
Yeah. Well, we don't know if, I mean, he maybe wasn't a stranger to the daughter.
Yeah, but a
she-
stranger
yeah,
to her.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you have an intruder in your house?
And-
Maybe that's what she was thinking.
Uh-huh.
I think if you got to get an attorney, you might be able to get out of
You
this.
might very well slip the
Yeah,
noose on
you
this
might
one.
be like, look, I thought he intruded.
I sincerely hope you do, because and if that doesn't teach your daughter a lesson right there,
Whoa.
like, hey, mom means business. Okay, no more boys in the house. Gotcha.